Noreen, and welcome to Noreen's Garden. Today I want to focus on how to save tomato seeds through the fermentation process. So we're going to go and get started, and I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, it may sound like a big project to save tomato seeds through the fermentation process. This is one way you can save tomato seed. Of course, you can simply dry the seeds out, but you do risk them molding over winter storage. All right, the way that we take care of this is you have to have a small container with a lid, and sometimes you can also choose to just put a coffee filter over the top of this with a rubber band. But I just put the lid on it and I let it sit on my counter, and it does fine. I did that with this. So what you're going to do is, I have some tomatoes out of my garden. Let me get a little situated here. And we've gotten so much rain that I'm getting split tomatoes. See, like this and like this. So what we're going to do is, I'm just, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use them. You take your tomato and you can squeeze. You can see that the seed parts will squeeze right into the container. Now, you can save this and you can eat it later. You can put it in a salad, or you can peel it, or you can pitch it. It's up to you. I have so many tomatoes coming out of my garden right now, I'll probably just throw it in the yard and let the birds eat them. So just get all those seeds out of there, and there's little cells throughout the tomato that are holding the seed parts. So this happens to be a lemon boy tomato. This is one of my favorites. It's a non-acidic variety and I love it. Now all I do, take that, pop the lid on it, sit it on my counter. Now, for 3 or 4 days, this one has been sitting on my counter since Saturday afternoon. And today is Tuesday. So, now with I did this with the German Queen, and this is the seeds for the German Queen. The German Queen tomatoes molded. There'll sometimes be a nasty little layer of mold on the top. It's perfectly okay. Don't worry about that, because I'm going to show you what we do next. I'm just going to move my board over, and I'm going to run my water just like this, and I'm going to rinse this. Now this mixture in that you had the tomato seeds in, it's gotten all fermented and nasty and ugly, and like I said, in some cases you may have mold, but I'm just going to take this like this, and I'm going to rinse my container out. I'm going to put the seeds back in here, and I'm going to rinse them again. Whatever kind of container you have will work. And I'm going to put them back in again, because I'm noticing that I have some membrane in here. But that's okay. You want to get most of that out if you can. Now, my friend Ray over at the Praxis channel, if you're familiar with him, he does a similar way of doing this. He does it in a big cup, and he puts a coffee filter over the top, and he rinses it several times until the water runs clear. I have this cute little strainer, so it's just easy to run the water over it and rinse them off really well. Turn off the water, don't turn it on. Okay, and I'm going to bring my board back over this way, and I have made a giant mess. Okay, the only other thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of drop these seeds out onto a paper towel and spread them out the best you can. And Write what they are, or you'll be in trouble. Lemon boy. Okay. Now, I'm just going to fold this up like this, and I'm going to set it on my counter out of the way. And then when they're dry, like these German queens, just like this, I can either fold this up and put it in a plastic bag and store it with the rest of my seeds. I've got it marked so I already know what it is. Or I can take these off and put them in a seed envelope. I have little coin envelopes that I get at the office supply store, and you can just store them in there. But there are a lot of seeds here. This is actually the seed from one tomato. So now I have seed to grow for next season, even though I'm not sure. I want to give this variety another try. This year it didn't do so well. The Romas that I grew were fantastic, and I definitely will be saving seed from those. So that's how you save seed for tomatoes through the fermentation process. And if you give me a second, I'm going to bring over some of the harvest that we've taken out of our garden, and I'll share it with you. So what you're seeing is a little sampling of the tomatoes, at least, that we've been taking out of the garden. We also had a handful of bell peppers and a couple other things, but we have eaten those. The grape and the cherry tomatoes are going gangbusters. The grape tomatoes are going nuts. We have tons of those. This is those. Good grammar, Noreen. These are those bountiful, I can't remember the name of them, but they're disease resistant.
Bountiful harvest.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. These are disease resistant variety, and I'm waiting for them. I picked a lot last week because we were to have a lot of rain, and I didn't want a whole bunch of my tomatoes splitting, so I did go out and pick a lot of them before they were ripe. So they're sitting on my table ripening. But look at these Romas. They're fantastic. They're beautiful, and I will be making sauce out of these, and I will be canning some. We'll be making some salsa this year. So I'm very excited at my, this is the best tomato harvest I've ever had, and I couldn't be happier. So that's a little sneak peek of the tomato harvest from our garden. That is how you save tomato seeds through the fermentation process. I hope you try it. I hope you learned something, and until next time, I'll see ya.